Well, hello and welcome to Little State Big Voices with myself, Shahida, and my fabulous co-hosts, Tracy and Kat. Kat
Hey.
is my new favorite co-host. No,
That's okay, because she's mine too.
Wow, thanks, guys.
so if Kat is here, then we are discussing what? Real
Swag.
Housewives of Rhode Island. We are
What else?
-1 today, though. Our
That's
girl
okay.
Rosie.
Well, we will have our Rosie back because we have apparently there are many more episodes to come because they showed at the end of 6,
Yep.
they showed like later in the season what to expect. So we got plenty of time. We'll bring our Rose back, and we will also we're gonna try to get some other folks to collaborate with us too. They
Yeah.
know who they are.
Okay. Okay. We got other people watching. That's good.
Other people from the group chat. Wink.
Oh, yes.
Is that gonna happen? I offered the
Yes.
Darth Vader voice to
No,
bring this girl in.
it's gonna
It will
happen. I
happen.
have to do a training with said person.
Uh,
There's some confusion on their end, so I'm gonna break it down for them.
The power
okay,
of persuasion. It will
okay.
happen.
All right, well, then let's jump into
Let's do.
all right, so we're gonna start with episode 5 because it's like 6 episodes now. I
Uh-huh.
had to rewatch a little because 2 weeks sometimes, that's a lot. You can forget a lot of little information. Do you
Mm-hmm.
guys remember episode 5?
I did my homework. I rewatched as well.
Okay.
Confession: I've watched 5 3 times.
Okay. I'm
Let
not
me
even mad at it.
wait.
I'm not mad at
I
that.
watched it by myself, and then my husband was like, "I gotta catch up." So we watched 3, 4, and 5, and then I
Okay.
watched 6, and then I watched 6 again because I had to, do my homework.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I ain't mad at you. All right. So with 5, we're starting on 5.
Mhm.
Let's break it down because I think what the first scene was us seeing Kelsey, not Kelsey. Why am I still forgetting these people's name? The one who's doing the hair in our house, and she was doing.
That's Kelsey.
Kelsey,
Okay, all right, Kelsey, and I'm actually starting to like Kelsey a little bit. No, not a little bit. I like her,
I
and
like
I've
Kelsey.
liked her from the beginning. I just wanted her to be smarter, but I'm also forgetting how young she is.
Mhm.
I mean, she's what, 26?
30.
No, I think she's 29 or 30.
29.
She's been with him
29 or
10
30.
years.
Oh
So
yeah,
yeah,
that would
she
be
was
really
like,
gross. Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So
Oh, yeah.
she's not 30 though.
She's like
She's
29 or
29, yeah.
30.
29. So that I guess she's starting to wake up, even
Mhm.
though I
Uh-huh.
don't believe her version of the story with him. I don't. I don't believe that she's pulling away from him. I think it was him pulling away from her.
Well, we're not there yet at 5, right? I thought that
Oh,
was
I'm sorry. I did jump ahead.
6.
Go ahead, girl.
I think that's 6.
So, yeah, I only know this because I was like, listen, I'm gonna jot these things down so I can recall. So I
Really?
agree with you first and foremost, Shahida. I agree with you that she is sprinkling a little bit of sugar. You know, you put a little sugar on the cannoli. She's putting a little bit of, a little bit of powdered sugar on that cannoli because I don't believe sis.
Mm,
I don't believe that.
mm-mm.
I believe he asked her to go and he gave her a severance package. But before we get there,
Mhm.
let me back up to where the opening is actually them prepping for this boat party. So Kelsey is doing, and
Mhm.
I sure don't remember, what's the girl from Virginia's name?
Ashley.
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 I literally took notes and she's the only person missing off my notes. And then I was like, oh, I forgot somebody. Ashley. She was doing Ashley's hair in the hair salon that is inside this mega mansion, which is crazy to me that her boyfriend built just so he could get his hair cut there.
Mhm.
I mean, if you
I
got money,
understand that the Caprios have money, but, like, he has a lot of money.
Yeah,
mm,
Oh, are we
I
supposed to
love
say
it.
the name?
uh,
He who may not be named? I don't know. I think it's
There's a
that
lot
guy.
of Caprios.
I
We
think
didn't
she
say
said
which
it.
one.
I think she said it on a
did she? I don't
podcast.
think she did.
Oh, maybe
We
she
know it
didn't.
though.
Yeah, we know,
I
okay.
don't know if she
That's
did or
a
not. I don't
they have a
that
lot of money.
Yeah, I was surprised too. But you know what? The judge, he had his show.
Yeah.
What does he do? Is he in real estate?
Yes.
He's
So maybe
That's
that's
it right
why.
there.
Yeah,
Real
yeah.
estate is always the shady business of Rhode Island. You can't tell me nothing. it is shady. But go ahead, Tracy.
So we have Ashley and Kelsey. Kelsey is styling Ashley's hair, and
Mhm.
Ashley's like, if it's good, I'll post it online, blah, blah, blah. And that gets into the conversation where Kelsey is upset with Rosie for not tagging her in prior social media posts. So that's before we even get to the boat party, which is the boat party for Jack,
Mhm.
who
The gay friend.
is Rosie's friend, actually.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So they're all invited. They're like, you know what? It's messy, but everyone's invited. So they get onto the boat, and that's when things start to boil over with the whole Rosie never tagged Kelsey for her work because she said you tag everyone else. If you have a stylist or
Mhm.
makeup or anything else, you tag the whole world, but you never tagged me. And she kind of lashed out on Rosie. Even though I don't care for Rosie, I think that Kelsey's a little bit in her feelings about other things, and Rosie's an easy target.
Yeah.
Those are my thoughts.
Yeah. What about you, I said Rose. What about you, Kat?
No, I agree with that for sure. She's feeling other things and she just needed something to flip out about. And maybe I
Yeah.
feel like maybe she was starting to not feel relevant for the show, so she needed to like pick a fight.
I read it a little bit different, so I'm gonna back up a little bit. One, I think she has some skills as a hairdresser
Yes,
and
did
skills
decent job.
as a
Yeah.
makeup. I thought Ashley's hair looked pretty cute, better than
Mm.
it had when we walked in, that's for sure, and better than a lot of the styles that she's been wearing. So I thought she did a decent job. It wasn't a hack job or anything. The place, the room that she was doing it in, being part of the mansion is just absolutely wild because you could have been doing that the entire time and been making some money and putting some aside, sis. But okay, neither here nor there. I feel like she attacked Rosie because at the end of the day, her not even posting, Rosie doesn't like her. And
Mm.
Rosie is judging her hard. And I think
Mhm.
she feels that. And plus, too, she has all this going on. I don't feel like it was like unprovoked because Rosie is such a hater, in my opinion. And it's coming. I don't think she needed it to expand her storyline. She has a storyline. Rosie does not.
And I can understand her talking to Rosie about it, but why'd you do that at that man's party on the boat? Like, why do
That's
people want to
all
be
housewives
'Cause you
do
need
disruptive?
that.
that drama
You
at
wanna be
events.
disruptive at this man's birthday, like, and the guy even said, like, "Why y'all doing this on my birthday on
Mm.
my boat, like, at my birthday party?" And that is the other thing of it is that is Kelsey's friend. You're a guest on this boat because of Kelsey, and you jumped
Rosie.
down her throat. Yeah, sorry,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
of Rosie, my bad.
Yeah.
Kelsey jumped on Rosie, like,
Mm.
that was Rosie's friend, so I felt it was inappropriate. It wasn't the time and the place. That's what I thought.
It was exactly the time and the place because this is Real Housewives of Rhode Island. It could be Real Housewives of Jersey, of Beverly Hills. It is the time and it is the place.
Anytime
That's
you
what made
invite
that was messy as
housewives to an
hell.
event, that's what's gonna happen. There's gonna be
Rula
a
was
fight.
threatening. Rula was threatening to throw people overboard, so I'm surprised she didn't throw them two overboard.
Let's get it. All right. Any more on that argument?
She got too much derby tea for me to even deal with her boat
Yeah.
That
situation because
yeah.
But
she
we'll,
was
Honestly,
we'll
miles on the
even
I
get
boat.
to
forgot
the
the boat was
Derby.
this episode because of that polo
Yeah.
drama.
Yeah, and then what happened? What happened after? Okay, then it was them going to the Derby. But before the Derby, it was Liz and her husband on their boat and him talking about getting rid of it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say and go out on a limb here and say that Liz's married life to this man was pure fucking hell. And the reason why I say that, the vibe that he was giving and the vibe that she was giving, how they were kind of subtly saying he cheated on her the entire time and left her to raise his girls while he was off doing his thing. She
Mm.
stayed for, I don't know what she did for a living before him, how she was getting money, but it seems to me she stayed in it because she had money. But I don't think that man treated her well in those early years. I don't
Mm.
think so. It didn't come off to me. Y'all didn't get that vibe when they were
She
talking
was
about
on the
that
brink of
boat?
tears. She was on the brink of
Yeah.
tears, but
Exactly.
and she did give off like abandonment vibes,
Yeah.
like, and I like in other words,
Abandonment and infidelity.
yeah, definitely, because the way she was saying like you were away for these trips also was kind of like you had a side piece and that was part of it, and I knew it, but I just kind of let it be. And she's happy to have him back, but I'm like, what is their relationship dynamic going to be now that he's back? Do they even know how to be in a marriage together all
Mm.
the time with him not gone 3 weeks out of a month? How are they going to engage? Like, is that going to work? It makes you wonder.
Boat trips are really 21 days straight? I'm
And he
being
was doing it all
genuine.
the time?
I'm being genuine.
No, I'm thinking the same thing. I
I
can't
have to
imagine.
research that.
But he was it was competitive. So this was professional, right? Because
Mm,
he was competing
yeah.
against Michael Jordan. He
He was making
and he
money.
knew she loved Michael Jordan, did not invite her on that trip because he could have brought her out for that
Mm,
one trip.
Mhm,
So Michael Jordan probably had his hoes on the boat too.
I
mhm.
bet.
And you know what I'm saying? That's probably what that was all about. And then there was money, like he was winning money
Money.
doing this because they showed like the big checks that he got. So it was competitive. And she herself said, I love boating so much. I would live on a boat.
Yeah.
He could have brought her and he didn't,
No,
So
did she say she would live on the boat? I thought
yeah.
she said she would. Oh, okay. But the fact is, like you're saying, he never offered to bring her with him. I remember I knew a guy and he used to do this regatta and we would meet him in Florida when they would finish. He never won, but he was just doing it for the fun. So how come he wasn't doing the same for his wife? Come down, I'll be here, when this race is over, and then we can make a week. I mean, just completely abandon her. And there were
Yeah.
other women. Either there was other women or other shipmates.
I said that. I'm like, if it's all dudes, maybe, you know what I'm saying? There was a little
Cat's eyes.
nookie going on between the men on the boat. I don't know the man, so I can't speak
No,
to it,
and
but
I'm not making any judgments because after watching Heated Rivalry, I'm all for gay love. So stop playing with me.
oh my goodness. But I also made sure, and this is going to be throughout both episodes, I made sure to document Alicia's colloquialisms because
Okay.
it was getting to be too much now.
But what
I'm like, this woman can't read or pronounce most of the English language.
Facade.
what,
fuck,
what did
fuck,
she say? Oh, when
Yeah.
it was supposed to be facade?
Sad.
it was supposed to be facade.
Facade.
But if we're doing just episode
Episode
5,
5.
Okay.
we open up with I made you flowers. Okay. Maybe that's how you wanted to say I made you flowers. All right. She put a bouquet together.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Got you. She also said, I don't know games on the boat. She was trying to initiate a game, but she also doesn't know games. So she said, I don't know games. And then she was like, you start letter A and you start B. And they're like, what are we playing? She's like, I don't know. I don't know games. Then she also said, well, that was from 4. She said, you're not hot. Welcome to Rhode Island, bitch. You fucking
But that's a word
It's a Rhode
though.
Island thing. It's a Rhode Island
hooah.
thing.
You
Calling
What?
someone
fucking
a
You never
hooah.
whore.
heard that?
No, of course.
Uh,
But it's her pronunciations and it's
A
just her
hooah.
childlike wonder
mhm.
at like just her ignorance is just it's a little bit endearing. But yeah, those are some of my notes.
It's a
But
little bit endearing, but it's a little bit sad because, ma'am, you are 45 years old.
41.
I said 50 at first, but I'm gonna go with all right, you are 41 years old.
Oh my gosh.
She's a nice looking woman,
You
but
keep saying
Thank
that.
God.
I don't think she's ugly.
I don't think she's ugly either, but I don't know if nice looking is
She
how it
You don't think what's her name? Alicia or Alicia?
I think the most
Alicia.
beautiful are Ashley and Joellen. I think those are the prettier girls. And like
I
Uh,
think
Liz is also
Kelsey's very pretty.
Kelsey is very pretty. You're absolutely right. Kelsey's very pretty too.
Kelsey is
Kelsey is Caprio's,
The sugar baby.
okay.
especially in her testimonials.
No, she is pretty.
She is
Yeah.
pretty. I
I
love
think
her
all the
makeup.
I
women
love
are
her
pretty
makeup.
except for Rosie.
Rose
And
is
I think she
pretty.
wore this outfit in 5. She is the homeliest chick. Uh,
Were you talking about that butterfly jumpsuit that she had on that looked insane?
I haven't seen her wear anything that I was like,
Normal.
"You know what? That is
I'm
not."
like,
Mm-mm.
I want to know where she's buying these outfits. I'm just
I
curious.
think she's buying them at the, Emerald Square Mall at that gown store.
Oh my gosh, right next door to Macy's. I
Macy's.
know
Yep.
exactly what you're talking about. Shout out to that store.
I think she's getting it from there. She is homely as fuck.
Oh my God.
It
I think
doesn't
you
make
just don't
sense to
like
be
her
that
very much.
homely.
Shahida
that
does not
hungry
like
and
her.
have as much money as she claims to have.
Well, in episode 6, Joellen said, "You look like a stripper."
Oh, that was so
Always.
good. That was so
Because she
good.
had all those sparkles on her nose. She had like some glitter stuff. But she said, Alicia told them to come dressed as fairies for the doll party. So she
Okay.
put the little stuff on her
Mm,
nose. And
yeah,
she had a little hat, like a fascinator on, and she had the little dress, but Joellen just blurted out, "You look like a stripper."
so good.
I love that you put the accent on stripper too.
Oh yeah, I will be cosplaying and putting on accents for all of these quotes that I have. I have more.
Damn, go girl.
So another quote that I noted was at the very beginning. So really the opening of 5 is at Alicia's house. They're
Alicia's
having a
house, yeah.
pool party.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And it's Joellen
Oh
and
yeah, I forgot
Alicia
about
and Liz.
Yes.
And Liz said, "A little hair of the dog never hurt anybody," which means like we'll have something to drink.
Mm.
And
but that's
Alicia
not how the
says,
quote goes, right?
Yeah,
"Hair
hair
of
of the
the
dog.
dog."
Yeah.
Okay.
And Alicia says, "The dogs are at
Those
my
are my
mother's."
mother's.
Girl, that's not what we're talking about.
I was rolling. I was
The
dying.
dog's at my mother's. And then Joellen was asking because they were asking about some event where Joellen hadn't been from episode 4.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And Joellen was asking if Rula was talking about her, and Liz said, and I quote, "No one spoke of you, Joellen," which was hilarious to me. She's like, "Hush, girl,
Yeah.
you're stoking fires. No one spoke of you, okay?"
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
love that. And then Liz also said at one point, "The mistress." And she just put like a hard, long S on that joint because
She
they
did.
were
I
talking
remember
about
that.
Rula's boo. But I was like, I gotta write these little quotes down because they are amazing and they are giving me life. I need t-shirts with all these sayings on them.
Oh, I'll
Yes.
make sure that I on this coming week I'll write down my favorite ones and see if we all match up.
Mm.
We also had the meeting at the bar of Rula
Oh,
and
yeah.
Oh,
Joellen.
yep.
Forgot about
Mhm.
that.
At which point, Rula told Joellen that the mistress is a lying sack. Girl,
Denial.
stop calling this lady a home wrecker. Your husband's wrecking the
Delusional.
home. Your husband is wrecking the home himself. He's doing it single handedly.
So I saw on some woman's Instagram post, and she said that she believes that the husband, what's his name,
Brian,
Brian,
Brian.
has
foot.
he looking like a big rusted toe. Brian has something on her, and
And
that's why she is like she has money. She has her own business,
something on
and
Rula.
yeah. So why are you dealing with this bullshit? And I don't think it's a cultural thing. I do
Mm.
understand that there are a lot of cultures that, accept infidelity and, and we're not far off from that. But I don't think that this is the case. This man is not only publicly humiliating you in Rhode Island, but now it's national
Mm.
and you're still with him. So someone was saying on their Instagram that they thought that he has something on her. Remember, he had all the video, he has video of her in her apartment, I mean, in her car, in the house, a hidden video in the house. And so maybe he has found something. Also, she has a financial business
Yeah.
that can be sketchy at times too. So he could be hoarding something over her because I just don't understand why she's staying with him.
Crazy.
I think it's the kids. I think she's using the kids as a crutch to
Mhm.
stay with him. I think she wants to be married to a doctor, and I think that's
Let
part
me
of
get a
her
doctor.
persona, but I think that's all part of her
Doctor.
like self-esteem issues is that she wants to have this perception of a perfect marriage, which we all know is nobody's marriage is perfect, first of
Yeah.
all, but she wants people to believe
You
the
were
thing that she's
married
built up in her
before
head.
and you
Yeah.
got a divorce.
Hmm.
The illusion of your
Yes.
perfect marriage is over. And I can't wait till we get to the polo match. But let me ask you two a question. If you were looking for a doctor and to your feet, would you go to him? That's one. Two, if you was looking for someone to handle your finances, would you go to her after seeing this? No.
I would let it, I mean, I guess I'd let him be my foot doctor. I don't really care. That affects me in no way, shape, or form.
I don't know if it does or not. I'm not letting you
I'm
I'm
not
not
saying
letting
like
you
he's
touch
my
it.
top choice, but if I go in there and he's the guy, well, all right, whatever.
If I go in there and he's the guy, I'm not. And I'm
But
definitely
she
not letting
makes
her go
bad
near my
choices.
finances
she
because
She makes bad choices.
Mhm.
because we had that discussion today, me and the other podcast that won't be named, and Rose. We were saying that they were defending. They was like, "Well, why would you hold a bad relationship against them in their jobs?" I'm like, that says a lot about who they
It's
are.
yeah, it's how he carries himself as an individual on the show, like,
Mhm,
I don't want you
If
to
I
be my
need to
doctor. I don't
trust
care if you
you,
cheated, but, like, the way you're acting, you're
mhm.
a little
if I need
bitch.
to if I need to trust you, especially with my money's one thing. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? If it's like if I have a wart on my toe, whatever, freeze it
yeah.
off, Brian. You're
She's
good.
doing
I
more
don't care.
damage to her business
And as
reputation
a
than
matter of
Mm.
fact, I would love for him to be my foot doctor. I would love to put my foot in his face and let him play with like whatever's going on with my
I
foot.
he has a video up on his, Instagram where he's putting Botox or something in this woman's foot, and
Mm.
Rose was showing it to me today, and the toes were g it was a
Was it to
horrible looking
correct them? Were they like
something to
twist?
correct it, but he didn't have, like, a part 2, so he just showed the treatment
Mm,
or whatever. It was pretty gross.
Mm-mm.
It was
mm.
pretty gross. Yeah, so, anyway.
Did you write down the quote of Joe Ellen saying, "Does it look like Brian goes to the gym?"
Yes, I sure did.
So
Because
good.
that was her whole
But
defense.
but he
He
does
goes to
go
the
to
He
the
gym.
does go
gym.
to the gym, and
I
we
know.
know someone who goes to the gym with him. We know
Mhm,
2 people that go to the gym with Brian,
mhm.
actually.
So, he's showing
But
up.
that doesn't mean that he's not tipping to the mistress before or after the
Mhm.
gym.
Well, from what Joellen was saying was after, and I'm trying to figure out where in the proximity could the mistress be? Like, is she closer to his home or is she closer to Providence?
I'm thinking she's over on the other side because the gym is over there near Pawtucket, right?
It's in Pawtucket, right, close to
Yeah,
the east
so
side.
I'm thinking that's over there by Brown. She may be staying on that side of town.
Okay.
Lincoln and
That's my
Pawtucket are right there, though. They're right near
Eh,
each other.
Lincoln?
Yeah,
You
and
know,
mm.
Pawtucket.
it is true.
Yeah,
That is true if you going the other way.
yeah, the back
Pawtucket
way.
touches a lot of towns, which is
Mhm.
crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was the biggest
If
city
she
in
lives in
Vermont.
Pawtucket, that's even crazier. But I'm gonna tell you one thing that was not addressed or it was not expounded on. Joellen said that the mistress has a child in the same preschool as her child.
Mm.
Oh, I didn't
Who's the
catch
daddy? This is a little kid. This is a fairly young child. If you're in preschool, you're less than 4, right? Who is Brian the father?
Oh, shoot.
they've only been together 2 years.
Okay, then no,
Then
not.
no.
I think
This
they've
is
only
what he's telling us.
No, I
That's
think
what
that's what
they're
the
telling us.
mistress is saying
Oh,
too. The
okay,
mistress is
Yeah.
saying 2
then it's
years.
probably not his kid. Because look at our Patriots coach, right? He's out here with this woman who also has a child that coincidentally has the same name as him, and she's married to a whole other man. Okay.
Yeah, she's a hot mess.
It's that kind of vibes, but
Yeah,
Mike Vrabel's I don't know. I'm not gonna say he's a little more chill than Brian. They probably are 2 peas in a pod,
yeah,
but
you don't know, but he has a bigger job.
and he
Mm.
continually gets busted, and Joellen is on the case. My girl
He
is
is
Nancy Drew.
good.
She's Daphne from freaking Scooby Doo. She is goddamn Encyclopedia Brown. She is all Clouseau. She's everybody. She's getting all the tea. And what's her
Timeline.
name saying it's AI is crazy to me.
I was like, "Girl, you are delusional. This is denial. What are we doing here?"
People are wasting their time making AI of your husband text messages.
She's like, "Text message apps? Come on. Really?
That's
She
probably
said,
what
I'm gonna
she
need
does
more
it.
than this. You need more than the proof? That's the real proof?
That's the proof."
Ma'am, all you need to do, you know who the woman is. Go and talk to her.
Mhm.
She's gonna give you dates and times when your husband is unaccounted
She's
for.
at pick up and drop off at Joe Ellen's kid school. Go pick up Joe Ellen's kid with her. And Joe Ellen's kids are small. Look how little
Mm.
her kids are. That's why I'm wondering if this woman's child could be it could be a 2-year old.
It could be, yeah.
It could be a small child. We don't know how old
But
that
he
Mm.
child is.
sued her because he made her sign an NDA and she
No.
broke it. And
Mm.
is he in the process of suing her or but
Yeah,
also
something.
too, if your husband made another woman sign an NDA, that right there is your flag.
NDAs don't mean
Yes.
anything, by the way.
But
You
I'm
guys
just
know that,
saying,
right?
that's your flag. If your husband had another woman sign a piece of paper that she couldn't talk about whatever, That's your flag right
But
there.
let's just jump right to the Derby, right? And I'm skipping a little bit ahead. But he said at one point, no matter what I told her, no matter that I told her I was going to leave my wife and kids, obviously I'm not going to do that. Sir, you just fully confessed that you were stringing this
He's
woman along
dumb.
the entire time. And you left your wedding band. You started with the wedding band when you showed up, and then your mom suddenly fell ill
There
and
was
you
no
had to
mom.
leave.
The mom was not ill.
And
You
then
don't think
you
so?
No,
conveniently drop your wife off. Why
Yeah.
would you drop your wife off? If your mom is on her deathbed, why would you, unless she hates Rula, why would you drop her off before going straight to your mother?
Especially when Rula's like, "Oh, we have to go see, about his
Why
mom."
didn't
Then
Rula
why
stay
didn't
then?
then
Why
you
didn't Rula
just
just
go?
stay if she wasn't going to go?
Right. Why don't you just go and I'll stay here with the girls, or
Because
and
she
you just come
wanted to
back when you're
be
ready.
up under Brian, and Brian dropped her tail off. That's why. She
Yeah.
wanted to go see where Brian was going.
The mother was never sick.
How do you know?
Kelsey said
She
it
knows.
on where did she say it? I watched her on
Oh,
Instagram. She was on
Watch What Happens
something.
Live or something? Oh.
I don't know if
Was
it
it
was
Watch
Watch
What
What
Happens
Happens
Live?
Live or it was something else, but she said that the mistress showed up where she shouldn't have and they had to deal with that.
And
Is that
and they
coming up?
had
What?
pictures.
Put
Remember?
on the show. This is Real Housewives. This is Real Housewives, and Rula has not been in a third of the episodes so far.
Right, she hasn't.
Because
So
she's been hiding.
I've
She's been
never
hiding.
watched. Yeah, I've never watched a housewife series where a main housewife wasn't on episodes. Like, come on, you signed up to
And
be on the show, then be
not
on the show.
even not even missed. Not even
Not
missed.
even
She
missed
really
a little bit.
isn't.
It's fine.
She really isn't. She's going through so much, and I hope that part of it isn't starving herself to death because she's so depressed. I don't know, because she's so skinny
She's
and
so
she needs to
skinny.
put on some pounds.
But it was just so they went to Angelo's. That was another word that Alicia couldn't pronounce. They went to Angelo's restaurant.
She couldn't pronounce that word?
So her husband, whose name is also Bill, Alicia's not husband, fiance's name is Bill. His father, he owns multiple restaurants,
Right.
including Pizza Mama. One is called Angelo's. She goes, his father is
Oh,
Greek and his name is Angelo, but when you say it in Greek, it's Angelakalaka. Like what? What? Couldn't whatever. Ma'am, you should have just said Angelo and left it alone. Why would you even try to pronounce this Greek name when you struggle with the English language? But anyway, they were nice enough to host. They got the party bus. He was making cocktails for everyone, and everyone showed up, and they couldn't even get on the bus before Brian's mom had this emergency, and they were rushing her to urgent care. And they had to go down there. And then they were going. So this is the thing, because Shahida and I were talking about going to the polo match, right? This summer, and the pre-gaming and all the tailgating starts around 11 o'clock. So that's why Joellen has this timeline of we were getting on the bus at 1 p.m. At 5 p.m. when they returned, between 1 p.m. and 5 p.m., the mistress is posting pics of her and Brian.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's also texting.
And I honestly don't like this mistress. I get your point, but bitch, chill.
Well,
No,
one
she
of the
wants to be
I get
husbands,
that
famous.
you want to break this man up, but come on.
did you hear one of the husbands say, isn't there better mistress etiquette than this? I
Yeah,
think it was
okay. I'm
Rosie's
with him.
husband.
I'm with him.
I'm like, sir, you shut up because you're giving yourself away now.
That
Talking
was
about,
Rose's husband,
I
right?
think that was
That
Rosie's
was Rose's
husband. He said
husband
there
that
needs to
said
be
that.
much better mistress etiquette. Like, ma'am, you're messy. You don't know how to play the game.
Oh my God.
I will say, starting on the bus after they left, and then Joellen getting that email where she was just so over dramatic. Like, calm down, girl. And I know you all are saying that she's going for all of it, getting all the information or whatever. And her reasoning is that when somebody says that she's lying about something, she has to go hard. Blah blah blah. Get a life.
Leave it alone.
Stop. It's too much. And I
Yeah.
think Alicia said it too, but she said that in the next episode. It is really getting to be too much. We already know he's cheating. She knows he's cheating. She can lie and till her face is blue that he's not, but she knows it, and everybody else knows it. There's no more trying to get proof for her. When she whispered in her ear, "I'll see what I can do." Leave that woman alone. That's what you can do.
Then
Yeah, she's not going to listen.
She's like, and I even said, I hope your mom's okay. Girl, we know you don't care. And Liz called her out. Liz was like, do you care though? Like, stop
Stop doing
this.
that. It's it's actually making you look bad at this point.
Liz is the most real housewife on the show. She's the most genuine of all the women on the show when it comes to like friendships and alliances. Liz calls it as she sees it. She's the most transparent and I love her for that.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. She is still my
Yeah.
top that hasn't changed week to week or whatever. I really felt for her when she had that conversation with her husband though.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was definitely like a vulnerable moment
Mhm.
because she definitely like got a little bit choked up about it
Mhm.
when she was recounting it. So yeah, we'll see what happens.
I
They didn't
love
mention
her house.
Dino.
I
Like,
love
I
her
Dino.
love her
house.
house.
It's
It's the
gorgeous.
backyard. The backyard has
That
me in
dock
a chokehold, okay?
It's
The
unreal.
inside, not so much, but oh, it
and
is
then the cat
gorgeous.
walking the cat on the pier. So I'm like, girl,
That
She's
is
so
like,
cool.
you're special.
she's
Yeah. I would love to hang out with her.
Me too. But
her big
that
boots.
derby was just crazy. And then no wedding band. He's like, I'll go get it. It's in the car.
Stupid.
Why? Oh, but his excuse was he took it off to put gel in his son's hair. Sir, when did you put the gel in your son's hair? You had the ring on at 1 o'clock.
When did you
So what
see
are you
your
talking
son?
about? Why are you doing his hair when your mother's in the hospital? None of it's make it all make sense. I
Yeah,
would love for it to make
I didn't
sense.
even catch that. That's how bad he
Mhm.
lies. I don't
That's why I had to take copious notes. I was like, no, I need these things to be recapped because he is the worst liar ever. And his wife just looks like a complete moron.
It
she
looks
does.
so bad, so
Yeah,
dumb. Come on,
yeah,
girl.
But that's her doing it to herself. This is
it is.
it really isn't him at this
Excuse
point
me.
because she's choosing to go on national TV and defend this craziness. So that's on her. That's on
Yeah.
her.
Well, somebody said point blank, he is waiting for her to leave and she
Mm,
won't go. Someone said it. They
yeah.
called it. They were like, he is like doing all of this maybe on purpose
Mhm.
or subconsciously on purpose to try to get her to leave him. And she won't do it. So I don't know if that's part of their prenup or something like that because she has family money.
Mm.
So maybe the thing is like he leaves, if she leaves, maybe he gets money.
But even if he's cheating, well, is I don't know because is Rhode Island like a no fault state?
I don't know. We need
I
to find out these divorce laws
I
in Rhode
think they're
Island.
a no fault state because Massachusetts is a no fault state.
Mm.
I know that because I got a divorce and my husband cheated. Couldn't use that.
Oh, they threw that away. I don't know, but for some reason, that's the idea is that Brian is just waiting for her to finally, for it to be the last straw, and it never is with this woman. She was on just what happens on Watch What Happens Live with him, and he was sitting in the audience while they were reading off more damning evidence against him, and he's just sitting there hunky dory. And this is after all of the tracking and all the other stuff. They're still together, so
That's great.
whatever.
He was arrested.
Hmm.
And did she call the police on him or how did he get arrested?
She just said he was
I don't
arrested.
know.
She didn't say she called.
Because I mean, like if somebody had to have report that he had a tracking in her car. So like I'm just saying, like, so say she took her car to the mechanic and the mechanic says, oh, you have like a tracking in your car. Your first thought is maybe it's my husband or I mean who else or whatever. So you have to have gotten the police involved and that would have been her.
Why
We'll
are you
find
still
out in
with
future
him?
episodes.
I don't understand it.
Is that going to be on one of the episodes when he gets
Mhm.
arrested?
Yes.
She says
They
it, yeah.
teased it at the end of 6.
Mhm.
Damn.
And something pops off at their house apparently. And it's like really embarrassing because they're sitting at her dining table. And I think
There's
Joellen
a
got another one of
video.
her
Oh,
juicy
I know
videos.
what it is. You know what it is, Kat?
What?
Are we gonna spoil it?
Yeah, we're gonna spoil it.
Well, let's go.
Because I'm just saying, this is what I think it is because this is what was on the girlfriend's Instagram page. Her at
Oh,
Rula's
in Rula's
house,
house. Yeah, yeah.
Bruh.
and I think that's the video that they're gonna see
Mm.
is her actually there when
So
Rula's not home.
with
Yeah,
that
they were on the girls' trip.
with that new information, I would not go to him as a foot doctor. You brought your mistress to your family
Mhm.
house? No, no, I don't trust you now. No.
But
She
Can't even
draws the
do my
line.
voice.
they all
Can't do my ingrown toenails.
I think that was it, that they saw
Mm,
pictures and they looked in the background like, "Isn't that her house?"
yes,
So
yes, you're right.
that could be Photoshop though, but I'm guessing he probably did bring her
I
because
think
he
it
seems
was,
like that type of dude.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she and then she does seem that messy, but I don't think she's like, I have a whole big text string of messages savvy. I don't think she's doing all of that. But he seems stupid enough to let her bring her to his house because they were just in the backyard. I don't know. That would
But how'd you get to the backyard? You had
and
to
then
come
let her
through
take
the
a
front.
picture? You're gonna let her take a selfie while she's in your backyard? You should not have let that hole out your sight.
She shouldn't have been at the house. You keep that downtown Providence at the Graduate, okay? You don't do that. You don't do that at the family house.
Where they live at? They live in Lincoln?
Lincoln.
Okay. All right. Well,
Mm.
we a we all in agreement. Rule is stupid.
Yep.
So
And
Poor
we're not
stupid.
thing.
going to Brian for
Poor
foots.
Tink Tink.
No foots.
No foots with Brian.
Mm-mm-mm-mm. All right, what's next?
Episode 6,
All
warm it
right.
up. Mansions and meltdowns, because that's what happened.
The classic cars, 2 in a ro and a Rolls Royce, that was cute.
That
That
was
was
cool.
very cute, but
Mhm.
they're so ghetto that they just ghettofied the whole experience. So let me just recap because I
Okay,
wrote down the specs of the mansion. It's a
okay.
43,000 square foot estate with 29 bedrooms and 18 bathrooms.
Wild.
I had a
Who
question.
owned it?
A
Liz's
friend of
friend's
Liz's
friend.
friend.
But who built it before? Who's the original owner, do you
It's
know?
100 years old, and
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
I don't remember the
I
name of
thought
that
it would've just been
particular
one of the
mansion.
rich families
It's
that we knew of.
Seaview Terrace in Newport.
Okay.
Probably one of the Vanderbilts or one of those people.
I think if it was the Vanderbilt, they would've said it.
I don't know, but it's 100 years. I'm like, why is my house older than that house? But it looks twice as old as my
Mhm.
house.
The
Alright, Kat,
largest
what was you
privately
saying?
owned in Newport. I was gonna
Yeah.
say there are 29 bedrooms. Why were people sharing rooms?
Sharing rooms.
Were they sharing? Because I thought
Yes.
that
Yes.
I
I
knew
think they
that
were
they were
like en
sharing.
suites. I think they were en suites where they were like maybe connected rooms or something, but they could have picked any room out of the
Right.
29 rooms, but there were
Mm.
two girls were definitely sharing a room.
Who was
It's had her own room. Alicia had her own. I want to say Kelsey and Ashley shared a room.
That's what I thought. I thought they were just in each other's room, but they weren't sharing a
Sometimes.
room.
Because when Joellen was getting her hair done, I think she was in someone else's room. But there were two girls sharing a room. Because actually, when
Mm.
they went to Kiki after the confessional mask dinner,
Mhm.
I think they were in their mutual room. And I want to say that was Rosie and
Ashley.
Ashley.
Side
Okay.
note, the mansion was built for industrialist, now Militia, Edson Bradley,
Okay.
one
Okay.
of the 5 great mansions of Newport.
Okay. It was nice.
A little history.
What they did for decor was trash.
Ye
That black tablecloth with those red roses on it, it looked,
Mm.
I mean, I could have gone to Michael's and
Wait,
put
did
something
they
better
do
looking than
that,
that.
or was that the house that did that?
They did that crap. There's no way that gorgeous mansion that was like decor that came with the house. And if you're staging this, it was supposed to be for their masquerade thing. But if you
Mm.
look at Liz, Liz is a little gothy. So if you look at her bedroom, even like her bedroom furniture is
Yeah.
like that big black,
Very big, yeah.
chunky, like witchy stuff.
Mm.
So I think she did the decor for the table.
Yeah, it was
Then they
her
had
party.
that carriage that was outside for
Oh my
the
god. The
baby doll
dolls.
the baby doll tea party. I saw that at Home Goods. Have you guys ever seen that carriage?
I've seen that, yeah, I've seen
Yeah,
it at
I've seen
Job
it at
Lot.
the
What are
Home
you talking
Goods
about?
for $1,000. They brought that with them. And then in the future episode, they previewed that they brought a water slide,
Yeah.
like a blow up. I'm
Rinse
like, y'all are so
On the grass of that mansion.
pedestrian. That was like
Wait, the wait, the water slide was at the mansion? I thought that was at one of their homes.
that was a blow up water slide that they brought to the freaking mansion and put in those
Mhm.
people's backyard.
I thought that was okay, I mean, are we hating on the water slide or just that it was at the mansion?
It's crazy that it's at the
It just
mansion.
didn't match.
Yeah, if at the mansion, okay, I get it. Because 'cause I'm like, I would that was cute for the
The
kid.
water slide is cute, but I'm just like, you go to this mansion for this illusion of like wealth
Yeah,
and
that was the
upscale. And I get having fun, like making it fun, but I'm like, just all was like it just was new money activities, is all I can say. It was not old money activities.
Okay,
Yes.
I got it. I got
Do
it.
you have Alicia's doll quote, which I think was the greatest quote yet in the show?
What?
I didn't get that one. Please bless us with it because
She
I
said,
missed that one.
so like with dolls, right? Like throughout the entire
Oh,
world for centuries or billions of years ago,
yes.
every girl, most of them, just connects to a baby doll.
Yeah. Yeah. And someone was like, "Did you research that? Like, where did you get this
With
information?"
Joel.
Joellen said, "Where'd you get this statistic?"
Because
What?
Joellen's like, like Joellen's like, what? And I honestly, I would have gave her a pass for that. I'm like, she's weaving a tale. She's just
Trying.
trying. But immediately when she entered the mansion, I did take down her quote of, "This is our story tale." What is a story tale?
I didn't even catch it. I gotta pay attention.
I didn't catch that either.
And then also her confusion about what homeless means. Um, because
Uh-huh.
she doesn't understand what it means to be unhoused. She was like, "Well, our father took our house, so we were homeless." And Liz was like, "I
But
will
she
not let you
also
say
said
that,"
that she went from having her own room and it being super
to
fancy and
sharing with her
sleeping in a
mother.
room with the mom. That's a little bit of homelessness. I mean, there could be only I'm saying it as
Yeah.
there's no stability at that point, even though
Right.
you're with
I
your
get it.
grandparents and you love your grandparents. I thought that Liz could have just cut her a little slack.
I
Just
think what
because she has a strong family background and whatever, she was feeling insecure at that time of her
Yeah.
life.
But I
I
think
think,
to
yeah.
Liz's point, you weren't sleeping on the
Right,
streets. That's
right.
what she was like kind of like making it sound. Now, honestly, if you try to get food stamps right now, when you tell them you're sleeping on someone's couch, you're not homeless. They will
No.
Yeah.
not accept that. You have to
Mhm,
literally be on the sidewalk to be
mhm.
considered unhoused or homeless. So, but I do understand her saying like she had a Corvette bed or whatever she was.
Yeah,
It
I
was
mean, she showed the picture. I'm like,
crazy.
what a asshole father.
Mm.
Just
Yeah,
take everything and kept it moving.
yeah.
Yeah, I
But
think
Liz
Liz
was
was
just
also
saying,
trying
check
to
your
protect,
privilege.
yeah, she was trying to protect her family too. Like, how bad would it be if Alicia and her mom were literally on the streets and that whole big family, how close they are, no one helped them. So
Yeah,
Liz was like, no, you weren't homeless. Your family would never let you be homeless.
But she was taking it too literal. That's not really what she was I don't think that's
Yeah.
what she was saying. I
yeah,
No,
think she was
obviously
taking
she
it
knows she
really
wasn't literally living
yeah.
on the street.
she
She knows
know
that.
that she has a strong family, and I do
Yeah.
like that about her. She is one of the only ones on the show that has really strong, family connection that we see. I
Yeah.
know the
Mhm.
others do too. Ooh, let's get into that too, because
Joellen's mama.
mm,
'Cause Joellen was in DYS. She could say she was in a whatever the word she was using, you were in what we call DYS in Boston, which is Department of Youth Services. You were in the bad kids jail, girl.
mhm.
Because I don't know what you were
Okay.
doing, but your
Yeah.
mama had enough.
What could she be
But it
doing
also
that they would take her into that she was like, it really wasn't that bad?
I think that her mother has been on the show, and
And will
she
be in future
clearly
And will
feels
be.
episodes.
that Joellen clearly feels that her sister was the favorite.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
she probably was acting out, she had issues with the dad leaving, so she has those kinda abandonment issues going on too, and then not feeling any kind of strong connection to her mom. She probably was acting out, she's a teenager, and then when her mother just said, "Oh, I can't deal," and then sent her off, and where was their family? Like, nobody could step in? You had to go send her
Well,
to,
she said her
uh
grandfather was very close to her
yeah.
Her grandfather was
and
a
always
second
there and
father.
stepped in.
But not enough to have her go to some military school or whatever the hell she was at, or DYS school. Nobody stepped in then.
I get the feeling she probably like took things a little far with whatever she was doing. I don't know what the things were. I'm like if I had to speculate, I'm like, did she light things on fire? Was she beating other girls up? Was she beating her mother up? Like I don't know what
Mhm.
the things
Yeah.
were, but obviously the mother was like, you know what, enough is enough. You're going over here. But I also noticed, did you notice the sister has fair eyes, like a fair complexion, fair hair, and Joellen's a little bit darker, dark hair. They have two different aesthetics. So I don't know if that's like literally was the sister like the fair haired child of the family.
Well, I
Mm.
remember what was it from The Sopranos, and Carmela used to talk about that. being, like, if you were blonde in an Italian
Mhm.
family, you were definitely elevated and the other ones were not treated very well. Kat, do you know anything about that?
That I think that's
'Cause
across
it's
I
all
don't have any
colorism
cultures.
thing.
we have no blondes in my family, so I don't
You don't
know.
have
Yeah.
any blue eyes? The sister's eyes are like light gray. I
Mm-mm.
Mhm.
noticed that instantly. Like there's a striking they have some similar facial features, but that sister looks more
Yeah.
like waspy is the best
Yes.
way I could
Oh,
describe
Yeah,
it
okay.
compared to Joellen. And I'm like, I
for
wonder if
sure.
that played a role. Because I don't know. It was just an observation. But I'm like,
Mhm.
I wonder if that had anything to do with it. Because that's across all cultures. If
Yeah.
you have light eyes, light hair, paler skin, you get treated better in most races, no matter what the race is.
Mm.
Mhm.
So I don't know. That could be something.
I didn't even I would have to go back and look at her
Go
sister.
back and look at her sister. Yeah. But
Sister gave me a little bit of the ick from the other episode, but
yeah, she didn't talk about her brother-in-law at all in this
mhm,
episode.
thank God.
She was mostly there for her sister. They went
Yeah.
shopping.
Mhm.
She went shopping with her
Went
to
to
help her pick up things for
Sonia's,
Newport. Is that what that
Where's that?
was?
Oaklawn Ave, Cranston.
It's
Ah.
on Oakland Ave?
Ave, yeah. It's across from Garden
Okay.
Oakland
Hills
Ave is
Deli.
like a industrial, like, street, is it? It's not like a boutique-ish type street, is it?
No, no, no.
They
There's
had
like
some
a
cute
ice
little
cream shop, there's a
Okay.
tchotchkes.
deli over there.
I haven't been over there in a long on Oakland because that's over there where the beach is, right?
No, you're thinking of Oakland Beach. This is Oaklawn Ave in Cranston.
Oaklawn is
Oak
over where I get
Lawn. Okay, yeah, I was thinking of Oakland.
that's over by Marshalls. That part of Oaklawn, is that what you're talking about? It's like a
The Marshalls, that's near Warwick Mall.
yeah,
Keep
kinda.
going
No,
down, like
Not near Warwick. The other Marshalls, that's over by like there's a Japanese steakhouse, there's a fire dep it's like closer to Walmart, like on that side of town, kind of. That's what I'm
no.
thinking. It's on Oak Lawn. It
It's
must
like
be over there.
Atwood Ave, Oaklawn. It's like kind of between there and Warwick Mall.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I don't know
But
any of
no,
those
it's not a
areas.
boutique-y area. There's just like a
Oh,
very
okay.
nice boutique there.
Like
Mhm.
Shahida says, they don't pan out. They're not panning out. We're getting real tight.
We're getting
Mhm.
Tight
tight.
shot.
So let's talk about the masks
Yeah.
and the vulnerable moments and how
Mhm.
Ashley's
people
moment was so lame. What a
I
cop
don't
out.
have a sob story. I had a perfect life.
Her sob story is that she didn't have a sob story.
Everyone resented her for that.
because it was stupid, and I
Why are
think
you
if
crying?
anybody
Why are you
That
crying?
it was that part. It was that part. I'm
didn't
like,
somebody say
even
that's all she did on The Bachelor was cry?
Mhm.
she's known for her crying. Yeah. She's known
Yeah.
for her crying.
So, let me just go back it up a little. Again, if I had to pick who had to leave the show, it would definitely be her. I would
She
even
doesn't
keep
want to be there.
Rosie.
She
I would
doesn't
even
even want to
keep
be.
Rosie because at least like Rose was saying earlier today, at least she brings some drama and there's
Yeah.
always that one character that everybody hates or whatever. And you know what? Honestly, I would like to see how more she can look, sloppy and homely. I want to see her elevated even more.
You want to
So
see her in
I
more
can keep her.
butterfly outfits,
Man, stop.
denim jumpsuit.
But Ashley has so little to offer. When she started kind of like going after, oh
Kelsey.
my God, who?
Yeah, Kelsey
Kelsey.
When
for
she started going after Kelsey for what that
the
conversation in the
backhanded
backhanded or whatever,
compliment.
you could have said it once. But because she told you that you didn't, back her up on the boat, you decided to go in
Mm,
and you got like really brave. And she thought she has nothing. She has nothing to bring
nothing.
to the table. And that scene right there completely proved it. Because I can understand you saying you don't have any trauma or anything that, big drama that has affected you so much or in your life. I can get that. Some people do have very low trauma in their lives and they don't have a whole lot of big stories. So I get it. But you don't have to do all the stupid fucking crying
No.
and making it like, I don't know. I don't even know how
And
she made it. She's
the
just
question wasn't, what is your trauma that made you who
it
you
really
are? It's
wasn't.
just like, take off your mask, show us who you are, like, tell us something that we don't know about you. You're from
Yeah, you're
Virginia,
right.
you've been here for 5 years. We don't know anything about you. So you could literally have said anything. And your whole
She
thing
could have
was, I
said
have no
the coffee
trauma.
shop. The coffee shop is not going great.
Yeah.
I'm struggling with 2 toddlers or whatever. How I
Yes.
don't know how many kids she got, whatever, 1 toddler. But she could have said something like that, but she literally and that's what
Anything.
someone said, "Just put the mask back on because you're not sharing anything.
Mhm.
You're not being vulnerable.
Crazy.
Make something up. Like, come on."
I know you've been on TV all this time, you don't know how to tell a good tale.
Either that or it's so bad she can't say it,
No, I think there's
you know?
nothing.
No, she
And
doesn't.
good for her if that's the case, but don't cry then.
Yeah, don't
No,
cry.
that was crazy.
Don't
I
make
was like,
everybody look at you in disdain.
It could have been the liquor. Sometimes, you just cry when you're drinking.
But you have a reason. Usually
no,
Sometimes
not
sometimes
it's just the
always.
liquor.
sometimes it's I know it's the liquor, but sometimes it could just be a set off or something. She didn't have a set off. She was stupid.
Yeah, that was annoying.
Who else? Who else?
What
What story
about
did you find most interesting at the table?
most interesting?
Alicia
Well,
was homeless.
Joellen.
Joellen was,
Joellen's DYS escapades and
Mhm.
mm,
yeah.
what was
And I
And I
Liz?
guess
Liz's mom
Liz.
died
Liz,
when
I
she
was gonna
was
say
young.
Liz.
Her mom was that was a stunning photo of her mother.
Okay, I kept saying
Mhm,
she showed it in another episode. I'm like, she was a beautiful woman.
mhm.
Yeah, that was sad. And you could see like the father was clearly like Syrian,
Mhm.
like she said. So it looks like she took like some of both of their characteristics as far as like facial. And I think Liz is pretty. But yeah, losing your mom at a young age has to be
Well,
highly traumatic.
mhm,
Yeah. So
I thought
It was
because
Kelsey's.
Kelsey's was Caprio, wasn't it? Breaking up with him and like
oh, that
branching off
was yeah.
Oh,
on her own.
And then when she said sometimes I'm like, "You need to know when to just not say anything." So, she talked a little bit about that, and then I think she gets very get very offended when people start asking her questions, so she goes on offense
mm.
really hard and fast. You did not have to say, "Well, he's still paying my bills." That's nobody's business.
It's a flex though.
For her,
Hell yeah, that's a
I
flex.
mean, I you know what? I totally expected him to pay her
I
bills
did
because he
I
not.
did
asked her to
not.
oh, I did, because he
But
asked her to leave.
yeah, I mean,
You know
her
she didn't have
reasoning
it.
makes sense. Like, yeah, if she had married him and they were married for 10 years, she would leave with something,
I agree.
something.
Some palimony or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, she probably should not have said that. But I think that's youth and inexperience
Yeah.
that triggered her to say that. But she's like, we were just laying in the bed and he's like, yeah, this is the right thing for you. He was grateful because he was ready to sell that house, which he immediately did the minute she vacated
Mhm.
the premises.
And that's why I say I don't think I like her to death. I do. I think she's getting there. She's getting there. But I do not believe this narrative about this man that she's trying to spin that it's her walking away from him. I don't believe that at all. And I think even when she kind of alludes to it just a tiny bit when she was like, he didn't fight me on it. He was just like, okay, I think that's the best move for you. So I don't believe her narrative that much, but he's out.
I
He
feel like
doesn't
I feel like part of her didn't want it anymore because she does want to have like a family and kids, and she knows she was never going to get that with him. I'm not
I
saying
don't think
a
so. I
hundred
think she would
percent her decision, but I feel like part
yeah.
of it, she was over it. She's definitely going to miss the money in the house and
I
not
don't think
having
she
to
would have
work.
left if he wasn't into it anymore. Because she definitely doesn't wanna work.
No.
She don't want to be doing hair.
She doesn't wanna no, she doesn't wanna do
Not for a
that and
living.
wake
She
up,
wants to do it for fun, not
Yeah.
a living.
Yeah.
and she being kept, I think she would have been okay with it if he had continued their relationship the way it wanted. That's why I really believe it was him pulling away from her.
I think she wants kids though, and that
Mm,
so Liz said it, Billy is more compatible goal wise as far as the trajectory that she could see her life going. She could see Billy, even though he doesn't have as much money, wanting a family, wanting, to spend like 12 months a year together, not a few, 6
yeah.
months or whatever. So it's a better fit for her. And they're age appropriate for each other compared to this older man who has adult children. He doesn't need a baby. You know what I
He
mean?
don't
And
want a
obviously
baby,
and he doesn't want one, right? So
He
but
raised
I
his kids.
don't believe that Billy wants her like that either. I don't
I'm not
believe
100% convinced.
yeah, it's
I
meh.
yeah, I'm not convinced with
She
it
can
at
get
all.
someone though. She can get anybody else.
She definitely could get someone, and she probably will get someone, but I think
Mhm.
he's convenient right now for the show to make
Yeah.
her, because he does not seem that interested in her to me. I don't see any spark in his eye. Well, you know what? To be fair, the only one I see who has, like, a spark for their significant other is Joellen. I don't
Yeah.
see it from any of
I
the other
like them
people.
to I like I
I
said, I
do
like them
too.
together. Just despite the weirdness with the sister, I think they really dig each other.
I think so too.
I think so
Those are the
too.
only ones I look at and be like, "Ooh, I," if I saw them across the room, I'd be like, "Yep, they're together." If I see Ashley and Billy together, I don't know.
And even Ashley and her husband, you mean so Kelsey, I'm sorry,
Kelsey and
Kelsey's
Billy.
with Billy.
Oh,
Ashley's
Kelsey and Billy.
husband, I don't even remember his name. He's the coffee man.
Yeah, yeah,
What is
He's
his
so busy
name?
working. I don't
he
know.
is, but I do the little bit that they've showed of him, I liked him. I
I like
like that
him.
he's a hard worker
Yeah,
out
I like
there
him.
trying to make his
Yeah.
way doing his own business.
Rosie and her husband seem like they're friend, like they have
Well,
a friend. Rosie,
Rosie and
Rosie and
Rich.
her husband. They seem like they have an
I
okay
don't get it.
relationship. I think he likes her more than she likes him. But I think they have a halfway
Mm.
decent relationship. But I think he can't believe he got Rosie is what I think.
I think he'll get over it really quickly,
Yeah,
though.
I don't yeah, I think
I don't think she
he's
brings
good
anything to
looking. I think that he could
the.
get
He's
someone.
not the brightest bulb. Have you heard him speak?
She ain't the
Mm,
brightest bulb.
She's
it's Rhode
smarter than
Island. No, I
him.
was kidding.
Really.
She's her talking about her colitis was wild and saying
She
she
was
had to
like,
wear a
"I was
diaper.
bleeding from my ass." I was like, "Oh my god."
Who says
Probably all
that?
that freaking Ozempic she was doing.
I think
And she's
that
still big.
oh my god.
She's not big. You think
She's
she's
not
big?
big.
She's not skinny. She's not like, okay, if I'm seeing you on Ozempic, I'm just saying, I thought for what she said she went through, I thought she would be, no, she's a good size. Let's not get it twisted. I don't want her to be any smaller than she is. When I said big, I meant like, she's not like
She's
Ozempic
not
small.
ruler thin. She's not ruler thin.
Really, that's scary thing. But she's not Ozempic
But
thin.
she
She has a
also
full
doesn't
face.
she's
She has
not
a
on it
full face.
regular.
Maybe she's not on it all
She's
the
not regular.
time.
So she said like when she wants to eat, she doesn't take it.
Okay.
So she's like, when I feel like,
Stop playing
eating,
with your body like that,
I'm
man.
not gonna take it. And I don't know, that woman, she might have, genetic predisposition to colitis. I know family members with colitis. It is a
Mhm.
terrible disease and it is bad and you will poop and pee and whatever else happens with that. It's bad. But
Oh,
I
that
can't
sounds
believe she
terrible.
was very transparent about that, told everybody.
But you know what? She's also a TV person, and she knows what,
Mhm.
kinda gets
I
interest.
don't want that
She's looking for
reputation.
interest, but
I
then
don't want to be
also,
known
in
for
the
that.
same breath, she's using that as the reason why she was booted from well, she said she left Channel 10, and then her saying that after she stayed home, that she was just like, "Oh, I don't
This is
ever
so
wanna go back
nice.
to work." That seems a little suspect to me
She
because
also
I
most
keeps
don't
saying
people,
she
disagree with
was
that.
fired.
I believe she was too. But you
I
don't disagree with her deciding to stay home?
listen, have you ever taken extended time off? Like I
Oh,
was
no,
out.
and I loved it, and I
Yes, I was
loved
I don't
trying
it,
to
want to
come
go
back
back
to
to work
work.
after. And if you don't have to, if you
and I wasn't sick or anything, it was 4 or 5 months, I get it, but if I had her career, and I don't think
weather
I would.
girl,
Huh?
weather
Weather
girl.
girl.
Hell yeah, if I was the weather girl, I would be right back in front of that damn TV. Most people who do those particular jobs crave being on TV,
Mm,
Well,
yeah.
she
and
got another TV show.
yeah, how many years later? And that's why I'm saying I don't believe her narrative of that story that
Mm.
once she stayed home, I never wanted to go back. No, there was nowhere else for you to go because you had already put yourself in a bad situation.
She was
And
hooking
then
up with the dude.
you wanna call
Supposedly.
Kelsey names and hoes and all this other stuff, but you might need to just open and look up that mirror.
Oh, and she's gonna call her some real low down dirty stuff in some future episodes.
I feel like the hate that she has for her, I feel is a reflection of herself.
Mm.
Some
Mm.
kind of way because it really offends her that she has a man that takes care of her and she's living in a mansion. Why does that
Yeah,
offend you
she's
so much?
so yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost
Yeah.
like, Joellen with Rula, just
Yeah.
okay, she's a what is it, a sugar baby? She's a sugar baby, and let's move on. It
That's her
offends
business.
her, and it burns her up inside.
Yeah, but it's like a mutual hate because Kelsey also hates Rosie. She's like, "Oh, she's
But
talking about her house.
But
She's lying
Rosie
about her
started it
house."
though. But Rosie started the bullshit.
But who cares about the square footage? Someone brought that, like, who cares if it's
That was
20,000
dumb.
or 5,000? Like,
That was
you're
dumb.
splitting hairs. Who
That
cares?
was because Rosie started the bullshit,
And
and she was
she said,
looking
you
for
don't have a
something.
husband, a house, or any. Why are you in my business?
Yeah, I
She's like,
wanted
you
to
don't got
punch in
none
the
of the things
face.
I have. I was like, ooh, burn.
She don't, but then if you were that damn happy, why are you always worried about me? She's
Yeah.
probably worried about she gonna take her husband. Because, girl, go ahead and try it. That would increase the show footage because I would love it.
I want to see
Take a
Kelsey's
bath.
new apartment. I want to see her new spot.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, what are her new digs?
I hope
Well,
she's living.
she's getting her stipend, so I'm sure it's nice. He's
Mhm.
weaning her off. I
Yeah,
think
he's
that's very generous because he could have just booted her out and left her hanging high and dry. I think it was
most
very generous of
smart
him.
men who cheat, who have women like that. They're smart enough. That's how they do it.
Hmm.
He doesn't owe her anything.
But he does. He does owe her something,
No, I mean
and he
he's like
knows it.
morally, but legally he doesn't owe her anything.
He might even owe her something legally. It's a no fault state, but I bet you polygamy. I mean, not polygamy. What is it when you're married? When you're not married to someone,
Oh,
but
common
you've
law?
been with
Polyamory.
huh?
Common law?
Yeah, common law. That's legal here and
But
in Massachusetts.
they did not live together full time. So can
Mhm.
that be considered common law? It was
I
only
think
6
so.
months
She
out
was
of the
in
year.
his home.
She was in his home. She didn't have
But that's
anything.
living to that's by law, that's still living together because that is his home. When he comes
Mm.
home, he's living with her.
I guess.
That's why he's giving her money. He's not just I mean, it could be he's nice he's being nice about it, but most smart men, if you are smart and you don't want some backlash or dumb shit later, you're gonna give her a little bit of something to help her get on her way.
But he also could have said, she's with other men, so she can support herself.
Mm.
He could have. He could
So
have.
he's literally paying for her to shack up with other men.
But I don't
Right.
believe that she's with other men.
You don't believe she's
What?
with
Still?
No,
any
I don't
other
think so.
men?
I don't believe. Well, he was the only one that she mentioned.
That's the only one she mentioned.
I don't
But it's
believe it.
just like Kat said, this man is gone 6 months. This 29-year-old girl, you don't think she wants some
I don't believe it.
companionship?
And then she walks home into her big mansion. Business will be locked because I got this house. I don't have a job, and I would not work. Get a dildo.
Brian lives
She'll
in
be
a
okay.
lesser house and doesn't have that kind of self-control.
Mm.
But she's. I don't believe she has. I just don't believe that there was anybody else. I don't believe it. I
I don't
believe she
know.
was really into him and she thought that she was young enough, pretty enough that he would
Mm.
marry her. And he was just like, I can still get a young enough, pretty girl that I'm not going that route.
Well, she said that his daughters are what, 3 years
Younger.
younger than her? So
Young,
when she met him, they would have been about like high
16.
school. Yeah, like 16, 17. They would have been like high school age. So maybe, and she said, like, for 10 years, I've been holding on to this dream. So she thought at one point
Mm.
that he was going
mhm.
to make her, his wife, and that didn't manifest itself. And he's probably ready to move on to like another younger
Well, he
girl or
obviously
something
has.
like.
Didn't they say he has another young woman in Florida?
Yeah, it's given Leonardo DiCaprio. Like
Mhm.
like you like him younger or whatever. So that's probably, his thing. I don't know. But they had an agreement. They supposedly they split amicably, and she seems to be well set up. I think she's in a great position.
Yeah.
Good
That's
for Kelsey.
crazy.
She's in a
Good for
decent
her.
position because he could just be paying her rent and not giving her pocket money. That's enough.
That's more than I would. You're giving men a lot of credit because I don't see anybody continuing to sustain. I know he has a lot of money, but that's not usually an indicator of someone's generosity.
When they break up, I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like it is. I mean,
Where are these men?
they're not broke. They're not broke men do broke things. Richer men do a little bit better
Maybe. I'm not in that. I'm
for
not
a
in that
short
world, so
time.
I've not been exposed to that one.
Never.
What else? Where we at? Because we
What
at the
else?
hour.
I think that's all I
Yeah.
got right now.
I
The
think that was
doll
it. That was both
lunch.
episodes.
Rula never manifested at the mansion. but we haven't left the
Oh,
mansion yet, so she might pull up later.
Oh,
I didn't
yeah,
see
that's
her in
true.
any of the
She didn't come in
previews.
episode 6, and they said, and Joellen said that's wicked rude.
Again,
Wicked.
you don't need to say anything.
It's wicked rude.
Joellen has a heart on. She couldn't wait for Homegirl.
She
She wants She wants to beat Ruler's tail. That's what I'm
she
telling you.
does.
I don't know what kind of teenager she was, but I get the feeling she was good with her hands. And her mother was like, "You gotta go." I think she can't wait to lay hands on that woman.
You think so? I just think that
No, she would hurt
I
her.
just think that
She
she's, like,
definitely wants to
digging it.
devastate
I think
her.
she wants to prove to her
Yes.
like she said, "I wanna prove to her that he's doing it," and it's like banging somebody's head up against the wall and be
Yeah,
like, "Do you see blood?" And they're like, "No, I don't see it. I thought that was cherries." Whatever. So she's just has tunnel vision on, like, making her
the
see it, and
truth.
it's at this point, it's just like, leave her alone,
There
and I
Can't,
you
don't know
go.
why she's so obsessed with making her see it. I mean, I
because she
get it.
called her a liar or whatever she said.
Yeah, and it's the
She
same
needs
thing
to
with,
prove it.
yeah, it's
She wants
crazy.
to hurt her too. She wants to hurt
Do
Rula.
you think she wants to hurt her?
I
Yeah.
don't know, I feel like she just wants her to believe her because it's true.
I think that's how I feel
I think
too.
she's
I don't
just
know if
like,
it's like a hate. I feel like she just wants her to just be like, "Oh, you were right."
If I told you
yeah,
once and I told you twice and I told you 3 times and I'm done. I'm done telling you. Just
Normal
like,
person.
and Liz said, let it go. Liz was like, let
Normal
it go.
person.
Just drop it. Yeah. She
I'm
just,
trying to think,
she
I
just,
don't know, I'm trying to think if I could let it go if I were Joellen. Because I feel like I have in some
I
ways,
feel like
I'm like her.
would I go
you
on
would keep
as
going to
hard?
the wife.
Like, to if I was Joelle and I was like, "Rula, he's cheating," and she was like, "No," I feel like I would keep having to be like, "No, he's cheating." Or if she didn't show up to lunch, I'd be like, "Yo, she didn't even show up." I think that would be
That's
me.
that's just tea. I'm not saying I would drop it. I just wouldn't talk to her about it anymore.
Oh, no, I would yeah, that's me. I
I
probably
would be
wouldn't
Yes,
talk
talking
to
to
her
all the
about
other
it,
girls about it. Like,
but we'd be
girl,
at dinner or we'd be at
100%.
lunch, and that would be the conversation.
girl, look at this
Yes,
video, girl.
For
Did you see
real.
the video? Hold on, I'm gonna send it to you.
Yeah, that would be me too. So I
absolutely.
don't think anybody's different on that. But I also too wouldn't be looking so hard. Well, I don't know.
Mm,
I would tell Rose to do it for me.
She said it
Shahida,
was coming up in her timeline.
What?
Shahida, remember that time we worked with a certain person and they went down to Florida and they were like telling us all these lies? And we were into the gossip and it
You are
consumed our lives
so
and we couldn't stop. Do you remember this?
yes. Yeah. So I take it all back. Yeah, I would be all in that.
You would be in it.
That is Tracy. That was a time that
It's tea. Everybody loves tea. I mean,
we will work. Can we tell this story? Okay,
Yeah,
we'll tell
just
the
don't say
story.
their name.
We'll tell it because we're over an hour. We'll tell
Okay.
the story next week about how there was somebody that we worked with who was telling these crazy stories,
I
and
think you
we
told me this.
dug deep into this
Dug deep.
person's life.
Mhm.
We did.
I love proof. I love burden of proof. Like I love to get like that is my jam. Whether it's
Mhm.
professionally or personally, I love a receipt. But I'm not gonna keep hammering. And what did Alicia say? The horse is dead. The horse has died,
I
honey.
loved it when she said that. That was like, yeah, we know. But again, like, I could see it
She
us
said the
still
dead
talking
horse.
about it, but not going, yeah. And she was
Yeah.
right. And I love that line when she said it.
Hmm.
Oh, Kat, you brought back memories.
I think you told me this story, Shahida. I don't
Right.
remember what context, but it's firing something off. So we'll be back with, recap in a couple of weeks for episodes 7 and 8. So I'm excited for that.
It
It'd be
depends
good.
because if 7 pops off the way we think it's gonna pop off, we might
We
be
might have
back
to come
next
back
week.
sooner. We might have to have a bonus.
Well, until next time, we will see you discussing the Real Housewives of Rhode Island.
Yes, we want
I think it's the best in the franchise right now.
I
It's
want to
so
hear
good.
people's thoughts.
It's
I
It's
do
getting
want to
the
hear.
most views in the franchise right now.
Mhm.
Love
Little
it.
old state.
It's the accent.
Yep. All right.
There
See you
is.
later.
Good night,
Bye.
girls.